Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Emmanuel. In this tutorial, we'll be creating the sample of the birthday flyer we have on our screen here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we want to do is to delete the image we have on our screen here, and with the image selected, we'll click on the delete button and we'll have it removed. Next up, we want to input the size for our design, and we'll head on to the three dot on the top right corner of our screen. I will click on image size. The size of our design is 1280 by 1280 pixels, and we'll click on OK. The next thing we want to have is an ash background here, so we'll head on to the plus icon here and we'll input a shape, and we'll change the color from white to an ash color. So we'll search for an ash color from here, and then we'll have it here. So we'll input this light ash color and we'll click on OK. The next thing we want to do is to scale our shape so that it fits to our screen, and then we'll head on to the layer option here and we'll lock the shape so that it stays in place. The next thing we want to have is the happy birthday background text design. So we'll head on to the plus icon here and we'll add a text. I will bring it to the center and we'll double click on it to tap happy birthday all in caps. I will click on OK. The next thing we want to do is to change the color of the text from white to a light blue. So we'll select it and then we'll head on to the color and then we'll select this blue here and then we'll click on OK. So the next thing we want to do is to change the font, and with that selected, we'll go to font, and then I have a font that I installed here, and this is it. I will click on it and we'll click on OK. Next off, we want to increase the spacing between the text, and then we'll increase it all the way to 8, and then we'll click on OK, and we'll take it up a bit and then we'll duplicate it by making a copy, and then we'll drag it all the way down like this, and we'll head onto the layer option here, click this icon, and then we'll merge these two together so that they become a single layer. I will make another copy of it. I will still make another copy. I will have it somewhere here. I will make another copy. I will bring it down here, and then we want to merge this together again so that it becomes a single layer. So now that we have it, we'll still make a copy because we want it to cover the whole of our screen here. So we'll make another copy, and then we'll position it to the center, and then we'll make another copy again, and then we'll position it to the center, and then we'll click on the layer icon, and then we'll merge the three together, and then we'll make another copy again because we want it to cover our screen. So we'll place this somewhere here, and we'll select this relative positioning option. I'll place it at the center, select the layer options, and then we'll merge this together. So now that we have it merged together as a single layer, we're going to reduce the opacity because we want it to be faint since it's on our background. So reduce it all the way to 20 pixels and we'll click on OK. And the next thing we want to have is the square or the rectangle we have, so that we can input our subject. So we'll head onto the plus icon here and we'll add another shape, and then we'll just scale it like this, and then we'll give it we'll give it we'll give it a transparent feel, and then we'll give it a stroke. We'll give it a stroke of about 4 pixels, and then we'll change the color of the stroke to red and we'll click on OK. Next thing we want to do is to rotate it a bit, and then we'll have it somewhere here, and we'll make another copy from this. Make another copy from this, and we'll bring it like this, and then we want this to be taller than the other one, and then we'll select this short one, and then we'll make another copy, and then we'll place it somewhere here like this. So we'll just reduce the space in between them like this, Just it in between them. Like you just try to balance it so that they look the same. So we'll head on to the layer option here, and then we'll want to select this tree, and then we'll merge them together to become a single shape. So now that we have it selected here, we'll input our subject. So with that selected, we'll locate the texture option here, and this is it. And we'll go to our gallery, and then we'll look for the picture of our subject. We'll look for the picture of our subject, and this is the picture we're using. So we'll just click on OK, and we have it here. So we want to enable this aspect ratio so that it fits in properly to our design, and we'll click on OK. So we want to rotate it a bit, and then we'll take it up like this, and we'll have it there perfectly. So the next thing we want to add is the date for the birthday. So we'll head on to the plus icon here, and we'll add another shape from our gallery, and we'll scale it down a bit, and then we'll place it here, and then we'll change the color of this from white to that shade of blue that we used on the background, and this is it. So we'll click on OK. So the next thing we want to add is the date for the birthday. So we'll head on to the plus icon here, and we'll add a text. We'll bring it all the way, and then we'll add the date. It's going to be in capital later, so 27th 27th of May 2022. So we'll click on OK. I want to change the color from white to red. So with that selected, we'll go to the color and we'll change it to red, and then we'll take it up all the way. And then the next thing we want to do is to increase the width of the text. We'll make it bolder by clicking on this style, and then we'll click on bold, and we'll click on OK. Next up, we want to reduce the we want to increase the spacing between the letter, increase it a bit, and then we want to reduce the size of the text as well. Reduce it down to 30, and we'll click on OK. Next thing, we want to reduce the size of this rectangle that we have here. So we'll reduce it like this, and then we want to create a cut effect below the rectangle. So we're going to use this max tool here. So with that selected, we'll just drag this down like this, and we'll drag this down like this. We'll take this down. So we'll just try to position it properly the way we want it to be. So I'll click on this zoom option to enable me zoom in, and I'll click on it. So all we want to do is to just position it properly here, so that we have a nice cut effect just below this. So now that we have it, I'll just click on OK, and then I'll click on the zoom option, and I will zoom out of it. With that selected, I want to give it a shadow. So I'll head on to shadow, and I'll enable it, and then I'll reduce the blur radius down to about 4 pixels, and I'll click on OK. The next thing I want to have is the happy birthday text here. So I head on to the plus icon here, and I head on to text, and then I type, double click on it, and I type happy in capital letter. So I have it happy, and I change the color from white to black. Change it from white to black, and then I bring it to the center here and I scale it up a little bit. Scale it like this, and then I'll change the font from this to this sparkle font here, and I click on OK. So now that we have it, I want to increase the spacing between the text. Just increase it by 5 pixels, and we'll click on OK, and we'll scale it up a little bit, and then we'll position it here this way. So now that we have it positioned, the next thing we want to do is to align it, and we'll click on the align center and we'll align it. Also select this shape here, and we'll click on the align and we'll align it to the center. So the next thing we want to do is to add the birthday text. So we'll head on to the plus icon here and we'll add a text, bring it down here and we'll double tap on it, and then we'll add birthday this way, and then we'll click on OK. So now that we have it, we'll scale it all the way and then position it here, and we'll go down to the font and we'll change the font from what we have there to this scriptina, and then we'll click on OK, and we'll change the color from white to that shade of blue that we have used before. So we'll change it to this and we'll click on OK. So we'll bring it up. So the next thing we want to do is to give it a stroke. That's a line, an outer line, so that the blue will pop up. So we'll click on the stroke option and we'll enable it, and we have it there at 4 pixels, and then we'll click on OK. So the next thing we want to do is to select the text again. As you can see, some part of the text is cutting out, so we'll increase the padding to the left, the right. We'll increase the padding to the right like this, and we have our full text. And with that text selected, we want to increase the size of the space between the letters. That's the word spacing, so we'll increase it like this, and we have it there neatly. So you can see that our design is beginning to come to life. So now that we have it here, we want to make some part of this text here to appear behind our design. So let's just reduce this birthday text a bit. Let's reduce the font a bit. Let's reduce it to 140, and we'll click on OK, and we'll reduce this happy to 130, and we'll click on OK. So we'll just position it to the center. Position this to the center as well. So we want to make some part of this text to appear behind the happy text. So we'll just select this and we'll make another copy. Now that we'll have a copy, we'll go to the layer option, and then we'll select it. We'll just select it like this, and then we'll bring it down to this happy text here. Bring it down here, and then we'll just select it. I will manually drag it behind, and we'll use this positioning option here, reduce the movement, and then we'll just try to position it under this. Just try to position it under this. And we have it there. So next thing we want to do is to hide this text below. This birthday text, will hide it, and then the one on top will max it out. So with that selected, we'll head on to the max tool here, and then we'll max it out. Let's just go down and we'll use this option here to reduce the size of the max, so that we'll see what we are doing. So just remember that the part that is selected is what we want to max out. So we want to do it in such a way that it won't be so obvious, right? We want to do it in such a way that it won't be so obvious. So we'll just have it like this, and then we'll max it out. So we'll head on to, I also want to max this part of the B here. So I'll head on to the max option again, and then I'll reduce the max downward like this, and then I'll take it to this side. And then I'll also max it out. So we'll head on to the layer option, and then we'll unhide this, and then we'll go down. So as you can see, some part of our text is looking like it's behind the other one, and that's a cool effect. So we have it there. So the next thing we want to do is to just make a little adjustment to our design, and we'll just select this shape here, and we'll reduce it a little bit, and we'll position our text. So guys, we'll also select our subject here, and we'll give it a shadow. We'll give it a thin shadow. So enable the shadow, and then we'll reduce the blur radius down to about 4 pixels, and we'll click on OK. So now that we have our design done, the next thing we want to do is just to head on to the save option here, and we'll save our project. We'll save it as birthday flyer, and we'll click on OK. So we want to save it as an image, so we'll head on to the save option here again, and we'll save it as an image, and then we'll click save to gallery, and then it has rendered and it has saved to our gallery. Now guys, we've come to the end of this design tutorial. If you have gotten value to this, kindly click on the subscribe button, kindly click on the bell notification icon, and kindly give this video a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.